It's a story about overcoming fear and being extraordinary. We've got Rhoda and Charnay joining us. This dynamic duo, they're celebrating their first collaboration together with a new book, inspiring kids. Thank you both so much for hopping on with us today.
Thank you so much for having us.
Thank
Yes,
you.
of course. Yeah, let's dive in and talk about this book. What's it all about?
Well, thank you, Jason. It's all about, we are mindful of that we're living in an extraordinary time where the world is very heavy and there's a lot of sadness. And we just wanted to create a book that brings a little joy and making the ordinary moments we have with our kids into extraordinary, unforgettable moments. And we created a little book with inspired by our daughters they did everything ordinary in an extraordinary way. So that's Etta Extraordinaire.
We decided to create a character who was kind of inspired by our daughter's love of dress up, but the story is also inspired by Etta Moten's namesake. And Etta Moten, who was a real character, a real person who lived back in the 1900s, and she was the first Black actress in Hollywood.
Oh,
I love it.
nice.
I love knowing that
love
history.
Yes,
That's
absolutely.
awesome.
Now, how did you two get together to work on this particular story?
I've been such a huge fan of Charnay for the longest time, looking for books to read for my kids and just her amazing work in inclusion and diversity and children's book. Charnay reached out and had a book idea and we connected, and then our love for books and our longing for books too, that it was a character driven story and she just happens to be a little brown girl, and it's a book we wished we had for our kids as well. So I'm just so lucky I get to work with Charnay. So I'm like, if she tells me to jump, I'll jump. I'll do anything Charnay tells me to do. But she's a genius.
Now,
Oh, thank you, Rhoda. No, Rhoda is the genius.
National Youth and Confidence Day is coming up. What's a message that you would tell kids, as they're navigating and finding their own confidence?
Yes, this book is all about gaining confidence, overcoming anxiety, and celebrating who you are and just being who you are, larger than life character, and celebrating everything about yourself that makes you extraordinary.
Mm-hmm. I love that.
Yeah, I love
and also
that.
just asking parents to just take a small sacred moment, which I think is universal for all of us in these times of wondering what we can do to help and how we can serve. Just if we have children, just holding them closer and having a small moment where you're in bed together reading a book, and just these little moments are extraordinary moments that they're going to remember forever. So we're just grateful that we get to be a small part of their childhood.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you both so much for joining us today. You can pick up Etta Extraordinaire now where books are sold.